For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heady Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, bucket hat and all. It's Todd Fox along with
James. I'm happy to be back here. I think last year I was back here, and man, tonight was fun, wasn't it?
absolutely big game. James in the house as the Angels win. Angels win in a walk-off from the Big A, because why this page is by the fans, for the fans, for the fans, by the fans. We're in the stands with you. We were there getting the bucket hat and all, having a good time at the Angels Stadium as the Angels pull off a win against the Snakes. Boy, we would love for them to win the next two to get to 500 by the All-Star break. But a nice win, a nice walk-off win, an exciting win. We're going to get into it as we always do. We're not a fake-ass podcast. We don't rely on StatCast. And let me toot my horn before I get to Stukas real quick. And I said, dude, after last night's game, I said, actually 2 nights ago, I said, Kwanowitz, you had to have a good start. If you didn't have a good start, you're going to be sent down, or you're going to be demoted at least out of the rotation. And what happened? And he's gone. He's gone down to AAA. He's got to work on his stuff. We already talked about that before they made the move. And guess what? They're going to go to Eder, who I brought up as far as a pitcher that they're going to use. And if they have to use that spot before the 25th, which is the next time they would have to go to the 5-man rotation, you would likely see Eder as a opener, and then you go Carson Fulmer the rest of the game. So with that being said, let's get it started real quick, James, before we get to some more talk. We got some Stukas to play, bro. Well, James, what did you take out of tonight's game? Because we're going to go through the rundown on how it all went down tonight.
Yeah, without giving the rundown away, Zach Neto showed what he can do, and Shanuel did as well tonight. Man, I really want to trust in Tyler Anderson, but just like, Papa Fox and I were talking about, man, you're always fearful of those big innings, and he had one of those. He gave it right back, but the resilience of this team has really shown up this year. We were talking about on the way home where normally the Angel teams from the past, they would not have a walk-off left in them. And it seems like they've had a lot of walk-offs this year, a lot of fun at the Big A. But it was a typical win at the Big A, how we had it, all week long. It's been a week of walk-offs. And, the other two games we don't want to talk about. But, man, it's been something at home, and I was just happy to be there. A little beclimpsed after the win, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, the trust issues now with Anderson. Getting back to that, he's kind of lowered his trade stock because he's a guy that we've got to trade. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to trade him. So the fact that he was having such a tough time out there, it's like, come on, man. And after the Angels put up 4. So now they improved to 36-14 or 36-15 when scoring 4 runs or more. So again, that's the recipe for success for the Angels either way. And let's get into how they got it done, because again, you were saying they got another walk-off, and it was by well, let's get into the run scoring first. You had Neto with a home run, which was his what this season?
His 7th leadoff home run. Man, it seems like he always hits these home runs, and they're mammoth. Whenever Darnold hits his, they both stare. Like like later on, we found out Moncada did that as well.
Oh yeah, Moncada did a good job tonight. Jared, right there, I just want to touch on that comment. He said he counted 12 Deos. Yeah, the Deos weren't that much tonight. I will say this before we get back into it. You had a very vibrant crowd tonight. The crowd was good to where they didn't have to play Deos, and you were saying on a what do you call it, on a throwback night, they were playing some good music.
Yeah, you always want to hear that, at least for me and what I like. But no, section, I think it was 101. There was 201. There were these two guys just ramping up the crowd, and everybody got into it. Not gonna say it was like a playoff atmosphere, but it was loud enough, and you kind of miss that. Every time you go to a game, you want to be entertained.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, there was 2 games like that, not like that, but there's been 3 this week that was, where even I could hear it on the radio when I'm working. I can hear the crowd, and I wonder how it was tonight on the radio. But yeah, that felt good.
Well, I got to say this, though. I've heard many fans say it, whether it's been on here or meeting me in the stands. They say, man, this team is bipolar, if you can describe this team, and they sure are. So after that home run, Ward with his sacrifice fly when they had second and third, it was 2-0. And then with Trout at second, when he didn't advance on the sacrifice, Moncada did a no-doubter to right field. It was 4-0. And at that point, James, it felt like it was going to be a fun blowout night for the Angels.
Well, I never felt that. I never do with this team. Just knowing the traits of this team ever since, I've been on this podcast with you and this network where, as Papa Fox mentioned with us, give up runs after we get runs.
Yeah, you got to shut down inning.
And it just seems like that's never been the case. And you saw what Arizona did right after this fun first.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, Naylor gets on base, who's an Angel killer. But then tonight, a new Angel killer is the guy we had just last year in Randall Gritchett. Or was it last year or the year before?
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year. So last year, Randall Gritchett comes up. I didn't even know this guy's starting for him until I saw the starting lineup tonight. He hits a 2-run homer, and that was a no-doubter. He hit that like over the dugouts or the bullpens.
Let me mention this, because he was drafted by the Angels and then traded later on. He's always wanted to get back, I think, at them, even though he came to the Angels eventually. But we always remember Trout was drafted after him in that 2009 draft, I believe. So there's always a get back factor, and he wants to do that every time. And the reason he was playing, because they had Corbin Carroll have the night off. He played, I think, all 4 games down in San Diego.
Oh, so yeah.
So that was a little bit helpful, but still, Gritchett came in and had a purpose.
Yeah, he played like if Carroll was in there. Dead says, would you rather have re-sign a Ward or have Gavin on your podcast? At this point, take Gavin on the podcast. Thomas doubled to left. Alexander scored. It was 4-3. Herrera singled to left. Thomas scored. Again, outside of the Gritchett ones, Arizona was just putting the bat on the ball.
Yeah, they had a single, then it felt like 3 doubles in a row, and then a single. So they literally went back and forth, 4 runs, 5 hits each team after 2.5 or 1.5.
Yeah, so it was 4-4 after the second inning, and you're thinking, damn, we're in for a good one. And then the scoring stopped until the 5th inning when Renifa would double to right, and Ohapi was already on second, and that would score home the go-ahead run. You're feeling pretty good right there. And then something's happened with Detmers. I know he gave up a home run the other night, and he comes in there trying to hold it in again and leaves a fastball up to a good hitter, to Gritchett, which I'm saying he's a good hitter because he does hit fastballs. I'll give him that. He has been consistent in his career, and you're trying to blow by a 95-mile-per-hour pitch to a fastball hitter, and he just put it where they weren't. And we're tied at that moment. 9th inning rolls around. My dad's already echoing what he says every time he sees Jansen. Why are they putting him in there in a tie ball game? I don't understand it.
So I had to explain to him the way that the extra inning rule is with the ghost runner, and then the home and away difference.
Yep.
And I think he understood, but
no, because the next time this happens,
it's gonna go one ear.
It went in one ear and out. He's all, yes, I understand you.
So yeah, it's one of those weird things where if you're home, you're trying to protect, the deficit, or you're trying to keep the game tied.
Yeah.
But if you're on the road, you're trying to get the save, and you're trying to use a closer when you're in that predicament. All those years watching National League ball in San Diego before this rule came out with the universal DH. And Jensen, luckily, you have someone who's been through it.
Yeah.
And he got that shutdown inning, luckily.
Yeah, he did. And getting that shutdown inning, we were thinking, oh, crap. Okay, so you have the first out of the inning, but, you had O'Hoppe get on. You had Renifo single, and then they had the number 9 hitter, which I think was Campero, and they decided to go to Travis d'Arnaud, who has been clutch in later parts of innings, whether he starts or he comes off the bench, and he did it again. We're sitting right down the left field line. So as soon as it came off his bat, we all jumped up. We were like, "That's game. That's game." Because there's no way, even if O'Hoppe's, you could put anybody right there. They were running on contact, and that ball, as soon as it hit the ground, O'Hoppe was already rounding third. They had no chance. So it was fun to see that atmosphere. My dad was there, Matt was there, you were there. We had Jim there, his grandson, and then also, I had my daughter and my son there. And my daughter never jumps into my arms, and she was jumping up in the air, and she's like, "Pick me up," and I picked her up. So it was a great time, man. Great finish.
I have to admit, I was a little emotional about the win, just because whatever that I had going on the last couple of weeks, it felt good in a sense to be home at the Big A tonight, and with the win like that, it felt like a big relief. Now it's like, hey, I could be wherever. But I honestly, I shed a tear a little bit. Whenever you get a win like that, but especially on a walk-off, and, you just know that the wins are going to be the toughest to get. No matter who you're playing, this is the way this team is. Like I think you mentioned, or someone else mentioned just now, they're so bipolar, where, hot and cold, yes and no, and all that. So it's just, and Travis d'Arnaud, we talked about him, where it seems like he's been hitting, really clutch hits, whether it's home runs or singles or doubles. It seems like, man, that signing really paid off. Just to think that if the Angels didn't get him, we'd be stuck with Martin Maldonado, and he hasn't done anything with San Diego this year.
Yeah, his batting average would never get over 200.
No,
he's done.
He would have a home run a month.
Yeah,
and he would never go over the quota.
Yeah. By the way, David Penner, thanks. The hat is freaking sweet. It is reversible, but I don't feel like reversing it because it's matching my old school jersey I'm wearing too. So I'm sticking with the blue. I want that rebrand, baby. I want that rebrand. I love the red, but I think we need a rebrand.
I had a friend, mention about, they should just keep these uniforms, or have a kind of what Milwaukee did, where they went back with the 80s uniforms, or the alternates are 80s, but the Padres went back to a retro kind of fit uniform.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see the Angels at least have a blue top with the red bill again, like they do for
that's what
batting practice.
Yeah, that's what I would love for them to have, man. I mean, because it's that represents the Angels. That's what Angel fans know. So, I mean, the red's great and all. We've had some success with it. I think it's time to turn the page on that and get back to some old school flavor. It's really good. The fans dig it. So yeah, real quick to get into what happened with tonight. Jansen gets the win, Backus gets the loss, 6 runs, 12 hits for the Angels. Pretty good opportunities. I mean, look, I talked about the other night, whenever Trout doesn't strike out, it's such a huge positive for this lineup. Yeah. So he went officially 1 for 2 with a run scored, but he was on base 4 times. He had 3 walks. So that's huge. Adele had a rough night, but he hit the ball hard and got robbed of a couple hits. And caught it with a big 2-run home run. O'Hoppe came through with 2 walks. So again, no strikeouts for O'Hoppe and Trout in the game. That's a huge plus.
Weird.
Only 4 strikeouts as a team. For a team that's averaging 9 to 10 per game, that's huge.
You could tell they've been more selective as of late, especially this season. I've noticed that too, where they work walks. Or Joe Adele, even though he had the strikeout, he had a 10 pitch at bat late in the game. It made that pitcher work. Discofani, I think it was.
Yeah.
He had 2 innings of work, but it made him work even more, and that hurt him later on.
And I love the fact Neto got 2 more hits as the El Capitan right now. And Shawnuel continues to be a tough out. 3 more hits and a walk. plus no strikeouts. I'm very impressed with his growth.
I like I mentioned with the bobblehead, I sold it from I think this year because
Mhm.
all it does is show him like with his glove. Next year, I want a Shanuel bobblehead where he's at the plate and he's swinging. I think that would be amazing. Dude, what's the record for the Apple TV Plus games now? Does it feel like this is like the third or fourth win only for the Angels?
I think Grillmaster had messaged me, or I saw it on here. He gave the record. We'll see it in the comments.
Mhm.
It's in the comments. But tonight, weird thing. The Angels had a hard time getting guys on base this year, earlier in the year. But now you're seeing a little bit of this more often. 14 men left on base tonight, 3 for 12. That's not spectacular. You'd like for them to be 5 for 12, but 3 for 12 definitely will get you some runs, and it got us enough for tonight. So I like the fact they're getting more guys on base. They're still struggling with runners in scoring position. Hopefully that changes, but the more you can pressure the opponent with runners in scoring position or just runners on base with a threat to steal, with a threat to bunt, with a threat to hit the other way and go first to third, it's only going to be a bigger positive for this team moving forward.
Yeah, I just really like the approach. The only issue I think we have to talk about, if we can, is Tyler Anderson going to his line right there. He did go 5 innings, but 8 hits, 4 earned runs, the 2 walks, and the 3 strikeouts. And that home run, the big one there, he only waited 84 pitches, and they brought in Burke. And it was funny because we were watching the game, of course, and I was like, man, maybe Anderson has another inning in him. But I know Montgomery's been a subject of, of wrong decisions as of late. But I don't know if he made it or analytically it was made. But to take out Anderson, I think really helped to get the bullpen working since they didn't work yesterday too much.
Yeah.
I guess that was finally a good decision by Montgomery or whoever calls the shots.
Yeah, I mean, look, there he's like we said earlier, he's not really helping his trade status moving forward, and we're gonna have to move him. We're gonna have to at some point. So a lot of you guys have been coming on here saying, hey, we need to see Caden Dana at some point. We're gonna see some of these youngsters come through. Believe me, you will. Whether we're winning or not, there's going to be an opportunity here because you're going to have to move Tyler Anderson. But you'd like for the Tyler Anderson of last year to be averaging that 2 to 3 ERA, where you could have got more for him with another year of control. Now you're using him as a rental, but who's going to be excited for a rental that has nearly a 4.5 ERA?
That is the tough problem. And if the Angels decide they want to, compete and be buyers, then nobody's going. And it's the worst. It's
That's
like
true.
It's the worst. It's the worst thing you can do now. But you want to compete. I know it's been 10 years since they've made the playoffs or be relevant.
Well, they may be trigger happy again, right?
I'm fearing that though. But they don't have enough in the farm system. They have the worst farm system. You can't give away what you don't have.
That's true.
So, man, you got to hit on these trades, but I think it's more you got to hit on this draft. And
this draft is important, bro.
And that's it.
109 picks. The first 109 picks of this draft, bro, we have 5.
Right. And you no, what was it? Rob and Fernando, I think, did the draft show.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot that day. I've been away, but I learned a lot. I watched you guys, of course, do the other shows. But, yeah, big draft. And then that really keys into the process of this season, too.
Oh, yeah. But see, here's the thing, too. And this is where this team needs to spend more money. A couple people in the comments said, for me, I'm high on that guy. He pitches good, right? Well, he was an international signing less than a year ago. This guy, again, he's got good stuff. You're not even seeing the best part of him yet, and he will turn into a force in the bullpen. But that's where the scouting has got to hit on some of these international signings to where, again, if you're going to reset the minor league system, which is needed right now, and it's going to take a while for a lot of these guys to get going, to get to AA, to get to AAA. Well, now you have to hit on your draft and you have to hit on your international signings. So if you're not going to be a big player in the offseason free agent wise, especially for the big club, you better be internationally wise. You better be scouting. And again, it's going to be another year to look at the World Baseball Classic and be like, okay, who can we pluck from this team? They're going to be all those guys from the World Baseball Classic are going to be putting themselves on what is it called? they're going to put themselves on display for
Yeah.
everyone to figure out and be like, okay, maybe this guy will fit what we're doing here. This because again, a guy like Kenley Jansen, a lot of people forget he pitched for the Dutch team or Curacao or somebody like that. He was a catcher. And the Dodgers scouted him and they turned him into a Hall of Fame pitcher. And there's been plenty of guys who come from the World Baseball Classic over the last few years. So
the Asian pitchers, whether it's Korean or Japanese,
yeah,
they're put on those posts where you have to pay to sign them, and then they have to pay the team. Oh yes, in some cases to even talk to them, you have to pay. That's always a difficult thing, and I don't think the Angels have that money to do it, so they probably have to stay away from that. Josh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and real quick on the LA Post right there, they said on TikTok, what about Liam Doyle? And look, Liam Doyle, I like, but he scares me at the same time because I saw a tweet come out that he has not released his medicals yet. And there's an issue when players don't do that. And so I would hate for them to be like, oh, we got our pitcher for the future. And then all of a sudden, oh, he's got arm issues. Okay. It's like.
So I would have a difficult time if the Angels drafted an infielder 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But Holiday just seems to be that guy. But the thing is, does this organization really need pitching the most?
Yes.
Okay, so Doyle seems to be the guy, but that's an alarm right there. And then the Corona pitcher, Hernandez, I think.
Yeah, Hernandez.
Okay, so they were Rob really broke it down. Like he's not ready for the big leagues, and he doesn't have to be, right?
Yeah, but it could be something that happens like with Joe Adele. Everyone forgets he's a high schooler. It took him a long time.
Right. And he doesn't have to go right away.
Yeah, my thing is I want an SEC, ACC type pitcher who they've been battle tested. So when you draft a high school kid, you're really taking a chance.
It reminds me of the Raiders when they had Mike Mayak as their GM. They would always pick the guys who ever made the national championship and just assume they're going to be great, even though they've played in big games. But they go to an organization, and it's not the same thing. Yeah. I'm kind of worried about that with the Angels, but that's why the draft is such a whatever you call it. It's a crapshoot, and being where you have to draft second, man, and then you can't do it next year as well. You gotta be out of the top 10, I want to say, to avoid the what do you call it, the losing on purpose.
Oh yeah, you can't tank no more.
So you can't tank like that. You can't be like the Orioles who piled all those picks. And
Houston was famous for it though. Houston did it.
Because Correa and Altuve and.
We'll see. Here's the thing: if Holiday's available at 2, I think you almost have to go for him. But I would say you better nail the second and third picks as pitchers.
Get pitchers later.
Starters. Do not funk with bullpen guys either. Okay. Starters.
Does one of those late picks they have to be outfielders? I would think so.
I would say around the 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
you'd grab an outfielder or 2.
And I think Kate Anderson. I think he's going to be number 1. There's no doubt to Washington. Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you compare Washington scouting, their management, their everything, it's far superior to the Angels. So if you had to tell me, okay, who's going to make the best pick with their pick? Obviously, hands down, whoever Washington decides to get, I'm going to just be like, okay, yeah, they know what they're doing. Because if you look at their minor league system, if you look at the players they've brought up, they have a more steady organization, and they look to be on track to be winning soon.
They got lucky, and it may not show right now, but it's going to show later with the Juan Soto trade and the Trey Turner trade that happened. They've been stockpiling a lot of minor leaguers, and a lot of them have come up. But the crazy timing of their GM and their manager being fired right before the draft, that was a little crazy. But you kind of know who you're going to pick number 1 if you're going to do it.
Well, that to me tells me that with them firing those guys and we'll touch on this on the Around the League show.
Oh, yeah.
I just feel, spoiler alert, that I believe that the Nats and the management and the coaches weren't on the same page. Then they don't want to go the direction that the organization is. So the organization's like, well, there's the front door. You can go.
Yeah.
Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Uncle Sam says he has a hot take thinking the Nats are further away from being competitive than people think. And the problem is with their record, the way it is this year, you thought, okay, maybe they're going to compete for being close to a wild card or at least being better than the Marlins. But that hasn't been the case this year. That's why those moves were made. Man, I mean, the A's kind of, fluked out after a good start. The Nationals did the same thing last year. The Pirates did it. But
if they're not able to compete anytime soon, it would be because of a lot of what they're stacked up against. I mean, you have a Mets team that's going to be relentless until they win a championship. You got the Braves who are always there. I know they're down this year, but they're not going to be down for very long. And the Phillies are filling. They're going to be there. They're going to be loaded. They're going to be stacked. And who knows if the Marlins are ever going to swing themselves back into that division too. So
in sports, sports pro Zach, excuse me, I'm blind. He said, yeah, remember Holiday was there the last homestand, I believe, was watching the games with Matt Holiday, his father.
Isn't he a Boris guy?
Yeah, and he was sitting with them all.
That could have been the thing too, because again, Boris likes to manipulate the draft, manipulate the free agency. He had a meeting with Artie Moreno, so I would say that he was probably trying to gauge where Artie's at if they draft him, how much he's going to get. You know what I mean? He pulls shit like that. He's one of the shadiest people. I hate that guy. And I'm so glad that Boris is not given that seat behind home plate that he used to always have.
They put that big advertisement there.
Yeah, I couldn't stand watching him because he's not an Angel fan. He's just there to be a dick. And and whenever his guys come into town, fluff them up before they play.
I still remember in 2008 when Teixeira was traded over for Kochman. I think Kochman was staying over with Manny Ramirez at Scott Boris's house in 2008, and then ended up, Teixeira going to the Yankees or whatever. But yeah, the draft is going to be crazy. The trade deadline is going to be crazy. Really don't know what's going to happen. All I know for this series, you really want to get a win. You want a 2-1 or a sweep. That would be amazing because, like you mentioned, they could be 500 at the break, and I don't think anybody had that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not at all. Well, real quick, since we're behind, we'll hit all the comments right now. We're keeping an eye on TikTok, but we have a jam-packed row.
I feel like Dominic.
Yeah,
too much.
No worries. Golden Stamos, who gets it tonight? There's all-star snubs, and then there's all-star snubs, and the Angels will have no representation there because of Kikuchi not going, because he's not going to pitch in that game regardless. He might be there to wave at the crowd in the lineups. I don't even know if he's.
That's what I was going to say. He's going to be there, right?
I think so.
Say, hey,
I think so, but they won't. I don't know.
He's not going to pitch.
Yeah, he's not going to pitch.
He's pitching Saturday.
Yeah, so he won't be unavailable for that, and you don't want to mess up your best pitcher. So, with that being said, the Golden Stamos goes to a guy who, again, a lot of people love. Zach Neto should have been there. I think Joe Adell over Neto should have been there. Joe Adell's had such a resurgence. He has better numbers than both. What is his name? Randy Arozarena for Seattle, and also the other dude for Seattle,
Julio Rodriguez.
He's got better numbers flat out. So
that's crazy. It's a popularity contest.
Oh, it absolutely is. And Seattle fans actually vote. So Angel fans not as much. Shonwell, though, I think gets player of the game. 3 hits. He was a pest all night for the Diamondbacks, and he included a walk. So good on him. As he gets the John Stamos Award. Now, who gets Nacho Night, baby? Sing along if you know it.
For the worst performance of the night. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Moldy cheese, stale chips, what a sight. All your dreams gone tonight. Had a bad night, lost the fight. No more crunch, just take a bite. It's the Nacho Night Award.
Big game, James. Who gets the Nacho Night Award?
Ryan Nelson, the starting pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. He went 4 innings, but he had that horrid first inning. But he gave up in total 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks that led to runs, 1 strikeout, and he gave up the 2 mammoth home runs that were admired. 87 pitches, 52 were strikes, but ZRA skyrocketed from 368. Now, I mentioned him only because Zach Gallen is a trade bait player out there. And they have Nelson. I just figured he would have done better today. You could have had some of the Diamondbacks in the lineup there, maybe not coming in clutch. They did have a lot of great defensive plays in the outfield, like I mentioned, coming into the series.
Yeah.
Their outfield speed is just, brilliant.
It's really
got
good.
me choked up. Corbin Carroll wasn't even playing tonight. You'll see him probably Saturday and Sunday if he's not DHing. Just adds to that speed. But yeah, I didn't want to give it to the defense or the lineup. It just felt like the starters should have done better for the Diamondbacks tonight.
Absolutely. And the Angels, they got the pitches and went with them. And I like their approach tonight. Sports Prozac says, what time is the draft? I forget what time the draft is, but we are going to be doing the first 2 rounds live. So, yes, if you want to catch the draft with us, get the analysis, and we're going to go team by team for the first 2 drafts. I probably will get off right when the Angels make their second draft as we break that down and probably take some comments and calls even, and then we're gonna jump off. So it's not like we're gonna sit there and go through all the draft picks, but obviously the first 2 draft picks are super important, so we will go through the first 2 rounds.
A lot of it I can't wait for. Fernando was there, of course, last year in person representing the Angels in Heidi. So shout out to him for doing that last year in Texas.
Absolutely. And we got a ton of comments to catch up to, James. So
do you want me to read those and give your voice a break?
Yeah, you could do that. I'll highlight it here and you can just read them. Before we do, real quick, if you guys and gals don't know already, don't go to SeatGeek, don't go to Ticketmaster, don't waste your money on service fees and taxes and other bullshit. If you want real tickets to Angel games and any other events, concerts, it's all the same. You use those big, beautiful words above our head, HITI, and the promo code from 714 tickets, 714 tickets gets you 10% off by using our discount to any seats, anywhere, anytime. And it's not just a one-time code for when you get on their page. No, bro, you can use it whenever you want, anytime you want, however many times you want. It works. Trust me. Go to 714 tickets, go to the apply now code and get the 10% off. And don't pay any extra fees. No fees at all. The price you see is the price you get. So if it's $68, guess what? $68. If it's $10, it's $10. But wait, if you use that code, it's 10% off of that. So there you go. And one other thing before we get into it, Max Market Pros, please go to them. If you're trying to get your business to the next level, Google search, whatever, they can help you out for a discounted price by using HITI, Halos in the Infield. Tell them we sent you over, and they'll hook you up with any kind of help for your small business or for your website. They're really good at doing stuff like that. So, with that being said, Mateo
starts it off with it's Spritz o'clock.
Yeah!
I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Spritz o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter score. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more.
I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
So Patrick Carrillo says, Todd, balls in my
Time
mouth.
for
It's
you
weird
to check
reading
out
this.
what I want. I want balls and
John Stamos.
Also,
And then Grillmaster says, for just the 3rd time on Apple TV since it became a thing, the Angels win the game. Q Lombardi.
oh yeah. What the hell's going on out here? Yeah. Cisco, my boy, says, come on, Todd. And me love you long time.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
That's haunting right there. Mike Trout, don't you have something to do? Gavin's yummy, tasty nut. I thought I would never say that.
Well, you got to hear it.
Crazy. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson. Don't get it twisted.
I wanna
You
meet him
probably
for
heard of
all of it.
Viagra
He's a little prick
or
from what I heard.
Cialis.
So,
It's hard.
UCLA.
I hear
It's
a lot.
hard.
I
Oh,
do.
man. It feels
See?
great. Oh,
That's
yummy.
highlights
Oh,
from his show.
How about a yummy? Oh, come on, magic! Oh my goodness, guys, tasting nut.
It'll make me want to tune in to one of his programs. Dan Reels, by the way, good seeing him again.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen him in felt like in a while.
let's go to this one.
Yeah, not available says winning. Let's go.
Tyler.
And Tyler M says, "Yo, James." By the way, I like his handle because a thumbnail. Excuse me, that's an old Angel jersey. He says, "Yo, James, hope you're doing well, man. Doing better. It was good being like home. It felt good being home back at the Big A, and gonna do it again tomorrow." Grillmaster says, "James, welcome back, James."
Yeah, everyone's saying what's up.
Thank you for everything, the support. Real Dan saying hola again, Jaime. Gerard Dupree and saying TA went full TA, dude is not good, but I really respect his big balls. Whoa. Yeah, maybe he's mentioning Tyler Anderson, I believe, right?
Yeah,
after in that second inning, God giveth and taketh away. Ugh, hate that.
Thanks, Sports Pro Zach, and for the updates on the MLB Network. He's saying day one is going to be the 13th Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. First 1 through 3 rounds, and day 2, 4 through 20 starts on Monday, the July 4th at 11:30 a.m.
Yikes!
Yeah, that's a huge
I'm
one.
happy I have a job on Monday. Tyler, I'm saying the bucket hat is vibing, Todd. You know, though, before I say more, it feels like I have to give you like changed with bucket hat looks.
Oh yeah,
and then the beard and everything, and the sunburn or whatever. Dan Rio says, "And damn it, Todd, I didn't get that beer.
He didn't
tomorrow,
come back
dude.
for it. I offered. Yeah, tomorrow I got you."
Eric Ward says, "Nice win tonight, and good to see Ohapi back on track. Despite the win, isn't it obvious at this point that Anderson and Hendricks are a liability and they need to make changes?"
Well, that's the first domino went down. I don't think Anderson is going to be a guy that we're going to look. We're either going to finish the year with him, or we're going to, we're gonna trade him. But I think the next one to fall would be Hendricks if he continues to struggle. But again, you're gonna have to pick up someone off the scrap heap, or you're gonna have to give one of these young kids the drivers the keys to the car. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared either way, man.
Gerard Dupree says, "James, Raider Nation for life. Jane T, baby. We'll see what happens." And by the way, I apologize if I said anything in the comment or said anything out about, bipolar and whatever. I was, reading somebody else's comments, basically. No. Mateo says, "We won an Apple Game TV or Apple TV Game Q."
What the hell's going on out here?
I didn't think we were going to win tonight, the way that they gave it right back up.
Mateo says 5. Do we have to?
Yeah,
5
we have to run them Deos, man. There was 12 tonight, we were told.
3.
This is the part where I.
Yeah. Actually, we need 6. There you go. So that's the 21 gun salute for the run scored. We scored 6, so you get 6 Deos.
Lucky us.
Tone the plumber says buying sends us back.
And it happened back in 23 where we became the worst farm system. So, Grillmaster says 7-Eleven free Slurpees for everybody. What the hell are you talking about?
Love that. I guess.
Dan says even 7-Eleven, they're out now. What the hell? A dead salmon dead. Yikes. Nice win. We still have a chance. Just got to keep our composure.
Yeah, we got to keep our composure.
I love that movie.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. And I was going to pull a lot more of sound bites from that, but
there's too many.
Yeah, there's a ton of it. Oh, let's see. Where is it? No, we let them off the hook. See, it mixes up everything.
I see.
I had it set the way I wanted it. I was finally finding everything and then just screwed it up. Where is it? Do you see? Just got to keep. There's just a bit outside. It abbreviated everything. Where is it? Do you see keep composure at all? Nothing?
I don't see it.
God damn it.
At the top, maybe.
I just pretend.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I was going to say pretend we played it.
Come on, all right.
everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
I want to go watch that.
Everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far.
That's what she said.
Mateo says Wayne and his partner Gooby were talking about how the Wayne. Oh yeah, because he was doing
different way. Yeah,
so it wasn't Gooby. Was talking about how the Angels are in a playoff race, and
they're kind of there, but it's too early to be excited about the wild card.
But when you're desperate, when you're young enough not to know what the playoffs are,
then every game counts.
Mateo's there. Nick Haas says, light that baby up. Wish it wasn't so stressful, but take it. That goes back to all the walk-off wins they had this year.
Absolutely.
Luke Johnson, yes. Bucket Hat says, is so fresh.
It is.
Josh Shing's starters taking turns having blow-ups, and that's one thing you really can't have. That happened with Hendricks this year. It seems like he'll have one good start a month, and the rest are blow-ups. That's something you can't have. Grillmaster says, the Royals and Ohio lose, and it helps the Angels tonight in the standings. Now, the wild card standings as we speak, the Angels are currently 3.5 behind Tampa Bay, and Seattle is a half game out, and everybody else is 3. So Texas is 3 out, and the Twins are tied with the Angels 3.5. By the way, Kansas City 4 games out, and Cleveland at 5. The Orioles at 6. Now, they've had a winning streak as of late. The Orioles did. But they're kind of at that predicament. It's like, okay, we got to trade Ron O'Hearn and maybe another reliever that they have, but they have to get young again with all the young guys that they already have. They have to start over again, basically, with the Orioles. They've been the worst, the biggest disappointment this year, I would say.
Absolutely. I think whatever team can get it together between these 4 right here, or even 5, being the Angels, Twins, Royals, Ohio, and Baltimore. If one of those teams can get this run differential fixed, they're gonna freaking be dangerous.
You know, it's crazy, the winning streaks that teams have had, like the Jays, the Orioles, and now you look at the top of the wild card. You got New York at 5, and then Boston has won 8. It seems like ever since they traded Rafael Devers,
they got better.
When you have the cancer or whatever out of your locker room, things happen.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. Jarrett Grant says, I counted 12 Deos on X. And then Demetrio says, nice win, go Angels. James, what up, bro? Hey, Demetrio, it was great meeting you that one time.
Demetrio's a nice guy, dude.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Nick Haas says, Neto is an all-star snub. I don't know how he didn't get it. I thought, I thought Adele was going to get it, honestly.
I really wanted Adele. Was it Rub Blind or Rub Blindham says Angels should trade Trout to the Dodgers. Hey, look, I love Trout, but
I'll take whatever.
Give me a couple good. Give me what is it, Pagan or whatever his name is?
Pothead. Just think Pothead.
Yeah, give me Pothead and another player. I got him. I'll take him, dude. Pothead's pretty good. I like that guy.
LVE says, let's go. We're so back.
We're so back.
Tony C says, are you worried about Reed? How do you say his last name?
Detmers.
Giving up 1 home run each of his last outings. Hoppy was the key to the huge steal. Go Halos. Share and smash the like button. The Angels have been aggressive. We thank you for that, Tony C. What do you think about Reed Detmers after not giving up a run, I think, since May 17th? He's given up 2 home runs the last 2 outings.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't – I don't think that's going to be bad for him. I think he'll get back on a streak again. But he just got to know that, okay, maybe that fastball isn't as dominating. Now they're going to look for it as his strikeout pitch, so he might want to try to mix it up because he had him 0-2 again, or he had him 2 strikes, so he's got to look for a better out pitch on that one.
Let me give you the quick non-baseball question, but do you think because he wasn't selected as an all-star, do you think that's in his head right now?
I hope it is, as far as
but bringing him down.
No. I hope that you use that as motivation.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
too.
like him and Adele need to put that on their locker and use it as motivation. Man. Yeah, I really do. LA Post says, yeah, we almost had Pagaz for Renifo again.
And Ross Stripling as well.
Yeah, you blame and Peterson.
Artie got into
Jock
that.
Peterson would have been.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, Demetrio says plus shipping. That goes to our thing. I don't want to play the advertisement tonight, but I'll play it another night. Okay. We have a lot of cool stuff on Shopify.
Oh,
yeah. So we have it's like plus shipping is a cool thing there, but you can get some really cool stuff.
Eric Ward says West Coast bias. Nick.
That's true.
Okay. Mateo says, "Hey Todd and James, do you guys agree that we are in a playoff race?"
We answered
no.
that one already.
Josh says, "What is Nettle's ceiling?"
Oh, okay. Here, I'll give you mine real quick while you think about it. I say the best Neto can be is a 30-30 guy. I say 30-30, like 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. I think he can actually get to 100 RBIs. I'm not in love with that dude at number one. I think he's going to eventually move himself into a 3 or 4 hole type hitter. I really think he's got and he's so good defensively. He's a gamer. He is the heart and soul of this team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's got so much more growth to go. And I kind of see now, as you see Adele take that next step to get better, Neto's done that. I think, dude, I swear to God, we have not seen the best of Neto, and we have not seen the best of Adele yet. And that's why I'm super pumped.
I'll agree with you on the 30 for 30 thing. You notice that he's not free swinging as much anymore.
Correct.
Unless he gets that fastball and then he kills it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I wish
he's not being fooled on sweepers. Sorry.
That too. I wish Ohapi would generate this type of progress, though, and that hasn't happened, sadly. Luke Johnson says, "Cannot wait until Tyler Anderson is not on this team anymore. We'll be down a starter." Eric Ward says, "Neto will be an all-star soon enough. Book it. When do you think? In a couple of years?"
Yeah, I think Neto could be it next year. I think missing April really hurt him this year.
A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah, he missed April.
Grillmaster mentions we struck out less than 10 times again. Walked more than 3 times, winning.
Winning.
Yeah, there you go, Charlie Sheen. Yeah, LV.
LV says, "Felt good watching Travis drive in Ohapi." Excuse me. Yeah, those two. It's funny how they're both in the lineup sometimes at the same time, and you never really see that. But it is yummy.
It did work.
LV says Diamondbacks got the yummy tasting.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's get these off for him.
Ruben says another big L for the Doyers. Doyers they took another one on the chin tonight.
I didn't even know that. Mateo says Kikuchi also got snubbed. He's there. Rosarena replaced him.
Which, again, I don't get, because if you look at their numbers, see right there, even Williams says missing April hurt Neto. But Brewers pitcher pitched only 5 games and made it. Well, again, that part of it's MLB, because they see a phenom like him. Let's just say Skeens missed April and May. He still makes the All-Star break.
Definitely.
Because they want to show off their most electric pictures, and their most electric pictures are those guys, and they're gonna be like, hey, watch Skeens and watch the guy from the Brewers. He's gonna be going head to head against the best hitters in the league.
Remember, Skeens started the All-Star game as a rookie last year, and he didn't come up right away. I think he came up in May of last year.
Correct.
So it's just weird how that goes. The Dodgers, by the way, their lead over San Francisco is now only 4 in the West, and the Padres 4.5. Diamondbacks, as you see right there, 3 games under 500 at 10, and then Colorado,
because Colorado.
But yeah, the Dodgers have lost 7 in a row. Cool.
Yeah.
Josh says this podcast punches above its weight. Gooby stopped saying Travis yes, and Gavin has become self-conscious. You want to weigh on that? I don't know.
Well, I mean, as far as Gooby's concerned, I know he goes off the rails and talks a lot of like a lot of Goobyisms and stuff, and it's kind of hard to follow him. He's very homerish, but when it comes to Gavin, dude, that guy sucks. And again, I don't know how anyone can watch him.
I haven't. I saved the episode where he's in Vegas or whatever,
Mhm.
but I haven't watched it yet. I haven't got myself to it. Eric Ward says sign his brother back. Resign Ward. Gavin is a cocky little shit. I want to meet him. Nick House says yes, he will. Eric, I'm excited to see Neto develop. He's the future of this team as being a future All-Star in the distant future or soon future. LV says I'll be down there with the fam in 2 weeks for the Mariners series. Can't wait. And that's what the end of this month as well. And then speaking of the Mariners, we're looking up J-Rod's
his
stats.
numbers right now.
12 home runs, 46 RBIs at 244.
See, this is what pisses me off. So keep in mind, fans and everyone on watching right now, 244, 12 homers, 46 RBIs for him, right? Now you look at Randy Rosarina. Read off his stats, bro.
15 home runs, 44 RBI, and hitting
Average.
244.
Okay, now let's now with those stats in mind, let's look at what Joe Adele is doing right now for your Angels, and then let's see who got snubbed because obviously, you know, they averaged 12 home runs each. They got only the 40 RBIs each. And they don't have the.
Oh, I was trying to beat you to it, but average is 243, 19 home runs, 53 RBIs. His OPS is higher than those two as well, at 801.
So
both were around 640, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's all a popularity contest. Rosarena is well liked around the league as well as J-Rod. They can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go. I like this one. LV says Gavin eats corn the long way. Also, tonight's win made me shed a tear. Sega boys.
Sega, the same thing, just because of what, in my mind, what the hell was going on. Now, Mateo brings up the pitching matchup for tomorrow is Zach Gallen and Kikuchi, and I had the numbers up.
Oh, answer that question too. LA Post says, why did Kikuchi back out of the All-Star game?
Maybe just not to travel for it. Because it doesn't matter as much, I think, anymore. What was it?
Well, not in the fact that he's starting on tomorrow, so he wouldn't be of use in the All-Star game.
He's tired. Remember what the Angels, what road trips do to the Angels?
They need their memes.
Sega says bucket hat is low, and he likes it. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I guess so. Darnold says
Darnold for the Stamos.
It was close.
Vague Hiss Records. Now you're new here. But you're all
Tim Salmon.
You're something. Tim Salmon smokes dirt weed.
That's a good take, I guess.
Mateo says Darnold pinch hitting was a smart move. See, and we were talking about Montgomery finally making some smart moves. It feels like tonight.
That was a good move.
Eric Ward saying that cocky little shit claims that he has the best post game show hands down. Dude can't even go 30 minutes a night because the Ted might walked into. Now, did that really happen though? Somebody walked into a room during the show?
No, but if you see his room, though, it does look like a kid's room. You know, like he's like when they say, hey, don't pick on the kid. I'm like, dude, he's an adult. He's like 23 years old, man. And, you know, he's being a cocky little shit and they talk a lot of crap behind their backs. So it's like, okay, you know, like it's fair game for me to take a shot at him. Right. And then you see his room and it's like, bro, like, come on now.
Now I might
do live with your parents.
I might be biased, but I think the best post game show is literally right here.
Thank you.
Is that Landon? He says, does Detmers get a starting chance this year? Now you mentioned this on the post game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to mess with his progress and put him back in the rotation. But will the Angels be desperate enough to have to do that?
No, I think it would be a mistake because you risk his arm, dude. So I think you're gonna ride him out through the bullpen the whole time.
Frost Blaze mentions a fun walk-off and atmosphere tonight, but man, he counted 13 days.
Maybe we missed a day.
I hope I did. And the rest for my life. LV says Miles check bounced due to a tie in the last series. But the Halos will win this series. You can take that to the bank and deposit it.
But LV is getting them checks.
That. Josh says Liam Doyle rules will be the starting. Will be starting in place of Jack after the All-Star break. No. There's no way. LA Post says I think at the end of an Angels win, they should turn off all the lights and make everybody turn on their phones. Maybe. Nah, you want people to leave the stadium.
I don't think they want any more. What is it called? Lawsuits.
Yeah.
Why not stretch him back out? Because you saw what happened last year, Landon, with Soriano. That's the main reason why he missed half of August and all of September, because they were too busy stretching him out, not putting him in the bullpen, stretching him out, and he had arm fatigue by the end of the year. So you don't want to do that now.
That's true right there.
We got to get them honks in.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but LV requests it. Let's give him the 6 honks. Whoops. Well, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, that's enough.
Is it weird that I rather hear a honk than the Deos?
No, it's not actually. Nick Haas
says Trout has been looking better as of late. Glad to see him getting on base a lot and cutting down on the Ks.
Yeah, we were talking about that, man. The more and more he's on base, the more and more it's better for this team in general, dude.
Sega mentions the Dodgers reel in their fans with Labius
Micheladas,
a bobblehead even for the gambler's dog. A golden one at that, like the golden dong.
Yeah, if we had a golden dong, I would definitely try to sell that. But I will say this though, one thing that the Dodgers are doing that's good. Do you hear about what they're going to do here pretty soon? They're going to do a Kobe Bryant bobblehead.
Wow, I know they did a Magic one when he got the team.
I give him mad respect for that. I'm not a Laker fan either, but I am. I do know greatness, and Kobe was great. I wasn't a fan of him when he played because he would usually beat my team.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this though, I am very happy that they are honoring him. Wish the Angels would do that, but that's neither here nor there. Also, he says, then who do you turn to when they have one pitcher that you can rely on with nobody behind him to back him up?
Bullpen day.
Yeah, bullpen day, basically.
That's all I could think of. Patrick Carrillo says, did you see that they had Ryan Zefferjon in the pen warming up for the 10th? Yeah, we were right there. The team was trying to lose the game, putting Zefferjon in the game, like putting Fernando Rodney in a guaranteed blown lead. Now,
we were talking about that.
Especially your dad, man. He did not want to see him come in.
Yeah, my dad's like, that Zefferjon guy, I don't really like him. He sucks. If we go to him, we're going to lose this game. We better win this game in the 9th inning. We go to Zefferjon guy, we're going to be in trouble.
That's how it was, yeah.
Yeah, my dad was blowing it up with a Zefferjon, that's for sure. He says, I think we should keep the logo, but maybe change the colors to navy blue.
Just the way his hat is right there.
Yeah, I would.
Or the hat behind. Right there.
Yeah. Just go old school, man. I swear to God, it gets us more respect in the league too. It looks really good.
Yeah, the red. Let me say this about the red. It's like, okay, we had those winning years with the red, but you're kind of spoiling them with all the losing with the red that they've had. Vague His Records says, been away for a minute, got caught selling Otani forgeries on eBay.
Nice.
It was you? Vague also mentions, okay, turns out it's illegal to pretend to be somebody else.
Well, we got some good fans here.
Sega says 47 Dodger hat. Yeah, those are big all around the world, I guess. Josh says, and the cheapest, the Angels have 3 hitters with the OPS above 800, and you love seeing that. It just means that they're getting on base more and that they're taking walks when usually they would strike out.
Yep.
Sega says this team is so desperate to grab a pitcher at number 2. LOL. Perry is desperate.
He is. We talked about this the other day, Vague. Vlad Sr. 27 or Trout 27. Vlad is one of my favorite players of all time for personal reasons and just because he's such a great guy. Loved him as an expo, too.
Yeah.
I would love to have had Trout pick a different number, but he did. But you should grandfather that goddamn number in with Trout, retire it, but you should have retired. I mean, the Angels missed a golden opportunity when Guerrero went into Cooperstown. That was the year they should have retired the number, but grandfathered it to Trout. The fact that every day that goes by that Guerrero's number is not retired is a fucking travesty.
And first of all, I don't think there's a team out there that has their Hall of Famer and their number isn't retired by the team, or at least like their name or something.
Yeah,
you can have Vlad out there for all I care. Have something out there that represents him. And then that story that you told on one of the post games here about your daughters and Vladimir. the connection, throwing the balls and having fun with them at the game. That was really heartwarming right there.
Mm-hmm.
Skurly Dad mentions fun time at the stadium. Thanks for the T-shirt, Todd.
Thanks for the with bobblehead too. So
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Veg says, on the real though, Tim Salmon ain't cool.
I've heard a lot of that, and I do know that to be true, which sucks because he was one of my favorite players.
And Veg says, now Jim Edmonds on the other hand.
Yeah, I heard Jim Edmonds is really nice. So is Scott Spezio.
Saucy James, which I think we'll see tomorrow. It felt like it was going to be a loss tonight. What a great win. And I think that's the difference from last year's team to this year's team. They're fighting more and they're winning a little bit more. Gerard says what I mentioned respectively. Bipolar is not a great name for those.
That was my bad, dude. Like I've heard a lot of fans, and we have bipolar in our family too.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, maybe it was one of those I let go. So that's my bad, dude, if I offended. So I apologize. But I guess we just have to say, hey, they're playing Katy Perry, Hot and Cold. I don't know.
I love that song.
Sega
says Neto and Shawnuel have some good seasons. They get snubbed of All-Star. I don't know if Shawnuel has the numbers.
Shawnuel could be, because I don't think, earlier in the season when they were saying you would literally listen to stupid Patrick O'Neill and Wayne and Gooby going, hey, they don't have enough home runs. Hey, Shawnuel is Shawnuel when he hits a home run. He needed that home run. No, he doesn't. Shawnuel provides the hits. That's all we need. He walks, and he does the sacrifice flies to get runs in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if he has a Darren Erstad type year where he hits 14 homers, drives in 75 RBIs, I'm good with that. The problem with this organization and their stupid ass, the way that they value things as an organization, they want a first baseman to be a heavy home run hitter. And Shawnuel's just not that. And they need to understand that, okay, he is what he is. And as long as he helps them win, that's all they need, bro.
And that's why I felt like what I told you earlier. That's why I sold his bobblehead, first of all, because it just shows him playing defense. But I feel like they're going to do a stupid thing and trade him because he doesn't hit enough home runs.
It possibly could go
and
that
I hate
way
if that happened. Big says, hit the like, y'all. Sega says they will get rest and go off. Hopefully during the All-Star break, they have the same approach, but it's hard to get back into it after 5 or 6 days off. Eric Ward says they could wear pink and orange as long as they win. That reminds me of the All-Star game jerseys last year, in which we'll not see that. We'll see the teams wear their home and away jerseys,
which is nice.
This season's All-Star game.
LA Post says Kelly Jensen's walkout was fire. It is awesome.
I didn't realize it was a Cool in the Gang song that he came out with. Usually everybody has their own rock or merengue, whatever song. That was good to hear.
It was. As far as the manager, it's too early to tell right now. Albert Pujols, you would think would be in the running. I don't think he'd be as far as a lead guy or nothing. But
I was talking about this to someone. I think it was to your dad, where it's like, man, I don't know who they're going to pick a manager this year. It's going to be interesting.
It will be. Also, get them on, get them over, and get them in. I love that.
I missed those years.
I love that. James, now play the Homer GQ.
Oh, Rally Chris.
Yeah. Also, I'm not going to read that one either. Well, why not? I hope UCA doesn't get snakes on his coochie tomorrow.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You see girls sometimes while we don't read those?
Out.
Yeah. Also, Saucy.
Saucy says, as soon as Newman came into the game, I figured they were done. And your dad mentioned, well, at least he hit it to the outfield this time.
Yes.
Trash Halo says,
I know Pinchy's mama's way. We won.
I had to let you get that.
Thank you.
Eric Ward says, vague. I missed it. What did you send? Uh-oh. That sounds a little.
It was Otani forgery that I went to. Are you serious?
We need a background check on that.
We do.
Wow.
Nice.
Grillmaster says, I don't know how many times they played on Apple TV Lifetime. This is just the third time we won on this broadcast. So it's probably 3 out of, I would say 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Because they're only on a couple times a year, it feels like.
True.
Nick says, I've been pleasantly surprised with Furman out of the pen. He might be a good setup guy if Detmers is unavailable.
He's got the stuff.
Yeah.
He's just very raw. Like this is they build him different where he came from, where he pitched in the winter ball. and he's got the stuff. There's a
Mhm.
reason why he blew through the minors, because people weren't talking about Fermin. He was just pitching in high A last year, so he's already here. So he's got the stuff. He's kind of redefining himself as he goes, because the first couple appearances he didn't look all that good, but his last few he's looked dead on. So I really like what we're seeing from him.
No doubt.
Also, they have a legitimate chance to land Holiday. He could be your third baseman for years. True. Was watching all the Angels walk-offs and heard drive home safely and shed a tear. Yeah, that's I do miss that. I do miss that drive home safely, but I wasn't a huge fan of him calling the game.
He would be so silent during the game. Like talk, keep us entertained, and he wouldn't do that. Eric Word says, "Vague, I hope you didn't drop the soap." Vague says also, "I'm not trying to be offensive like the Colorado Rockies, but Tim Salmon really let me down as a child." Oh, he probably didn't sign some.
Yeah, well, he's been notorious, unfortunately, of not signing stuff and not being personable to the fans. Whereas, like, you go to Gooby when they used to be under the hats, and he would get off his chair, come down to you, shake your hand, take a selfie, talk with you. He's like that. Gooby is exactly who he is on air as he is off air.
We saw that at the bowling event.
Yeah, bowling event too. Very personable. We had to walk away from him. He was talking so much. But Tim Salmon is notorious. I try to get an autograph from him. I try to talk to him, and he's not personable whatsoever.
He went upstream to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Grillmaster says, "What did Papa Fox say tonight, Todd?"
Oh, he was super happy, dude. He wasn't expecting the win, but like I was already breaking into what he was saying, and he was didn't want to see Zephyr John at all.
Gerard says, "No one is going to trade for Anderson. Sorry, guys." And I feel like that's the case now, just because it should have been last year.
Yeah, it should have been.
Eric says, "I think that reversible hat would have been handy to puke in it last night."
Man,
and
rough
Tuesday.
Night.
Veg says, "A-Rod is still collecting game-worn jockstraps relics." What the hell? And he could do that now with the Timberwolves. Sega says, "Artie's watching from a Motel 6 on Catella with Sapphire and Marsha."
Yeah, we gotta get those calls coming back here. We had a Marsha call a couple weeks ago.
That was great.
Yeah, we'll have some phone calls. Artie's been a little MIA, so we'll have him on the show here soon.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, exactly.
Josh says, "Ryan Johnson is our only pitching prospect that can be in our rotation." I don't think he's a starter to me.
Well, they're working him out right now, but we'll see. He's got really good numbers. If you looked at Ryan Johnson's numbers, let's see. Also, right here,
Grillmaster says, "Moncada Homer Q fan. Oh wait, we can't have no Gooby tonight." Shout out to Hey Exit Velocity.
Yeah, hey. We will have the draft show on Sunday, so you will see it here.
Sega says, "Fermin is a baller." Yeah, he's been great this season so far. Eric says, "Anyone think that Clausen gets a call up before September?" And now you mentioned it, I think, on yesterday's show, that all those young guys are not doing well at AAA and AA.
Yeah, if you want to see guys come up here with 6 ERAs, yes, then you'll get one of them. If you don't, if you want to wait for a better pitcher, again, my call is this: if they do not make a move before the trade deadline for a 5th starter or someone that could fill the hole that Kowanowitz was in, you're going to see a combination of Jake Eder and also Palmer. What's his first name?
Carson Fulmer.
Carson Fulmer. Why do I want to call him Palmer?
Carson Palmer.
Yeah, you're gonna have these two guys, start and finish a game. It'll be a bullpen game when they pitch.
By the way, when he came up this week, Carson Fulmer, dude looked like he grew out his hair out, his face out, and the last times he came up, he was cleanly shaved. Yeah, it's crazy like that. Josh says, "I wouldn't be surprised if we see Doyle or Anderson make a start in August." No.
I would say if we drafted him and he's the real deal Holyfield, I'd say you'd see him in spring training next year. And if he blew everyone away in spring training, then there would be a real good chance you'd see him in May. Yeah. They would probably give him a month. That'd be his probably fastest ticket up here. Corey says something very, very would you do this trade? Dana and a couple players for Arizona for Suarez and Naylor. Now, Naylor excites me because I know how much he kills us. And to have Naylor on our squad, dude.
But he's a first baseman. He doesn't play anywhere else, though. That's the problem.
But that would be to your theory of moving Shawnuel.
Shawnuel would have to go in that deal.
We'd have to move Nelson Rada and Shawnuel to get Suarez and Naylor, because they're not going to give Naylor up for nothing.
And Suarez would be a good third baseman, but the only thing is, how long would he stick around?
Yeah, well, you would have how much more years of control do they have?
I don't.
Because
we look that up.
Because what we'd have to do, if you'd think about it too, I don't think those two would work. Dan says throw in Ward. If they don't take Ward, we'd have to probably have to say, okay, you want Renifo, but those guys are expiring, so it would probably take Ward because Ward has another year of eligibility.
It just seems like you're not getting enough back for all those guys. It just seems like it to me, and you don't want to get snake bitten like you did in 23 by the snakes. Yeah. Sega says, remember early on in the year how nervous he was and how he worked his ass off.
I think that was Detmers probably.
Yeah. Vague says, like my dad always said, bunt.
And then Josh, I don't know if he has that kind of pull like Ohtani does.
And I don't think you want to put all that money into it. Just what happened with Shohei Ohtani, maybe that was a one-time thing. Sega says, Kenley lowering his ERA, him and Chapman are beast. And Chapman right now doing well for Boston. They were supposed to be trading everybody away, but it's funny how things happen. Mateo says, isn't that the Angels landed Ohtani from international scouting?
They did, but it was also helpful the fact that we didn't have a DH in the National League. And I guarantee you the Dodgers were on their knees to Manfred, like, please make it universal DH. And they did. And that's the only, and once they made that rule, I actually told on one of our first shows when that came into be after we had Ohtani, I said, hey, you know what, dude? I think the Dodgers are going to land Ohtani. Like, they're going to wind up getting him when it's all said and done, because they were so hungry for him.
Yeah.
And he literally said that's the only reason why he didn't sign with the Dodgers was because, he wanted to be on the West Coast and he wanted to pitch. And damn, he wasn't going to go to – he actually thought the Angels were going to be good.
And then I think he had Seattle on his list too.
Yeah, he did.
It was 1 and 2, I think.
Yep.
JL mentions, hey, did Brian Downing come back this week? I know I heard oh God, who was it? Pitcher, I think. No. Who was in the booth? Wally Joyner was there, I know, on Wednesday, I want to say.
Yeah, Wally was there. Who was the other player who was there the other night too? There was a couple guys that were there, and then obviously tonight it was Stoneman. So I wonder if Downing will be out there for the next 3 games. We'll see.
Yeah, I like when they go back in time and they have people come back. Vague says, then again, he would not even buy me a cup and make me play catcher.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad.
Jeez. Vasquez says it's a definitely sell if we're 5 games under or over 500. Yeah.
That's always our thing. If they're 5 games over, then you sell.
Yep. Also Pettis.
Oh, he came over. Wow.
Yeah.
One of his cards, his younger brother was on the card and not Gary Pettis, one of his baseball cards. That's a pretty cool story. Mateo says, I wanted that kid from LSU to be drafted, but I think he's going first no matter what.
Yeah.
Eric says this organization doesn't value pitching, obviously. It came out, I want to say, in reports, somebody did a deep dive into the Angels system and how they haven't done pitching, how they haven't scouted well with pitching and all that. But it's nationally known now. As irrelevant as the Angels are, everybody loves a story where everything goes wrong in the majors leagues, and the Angels are a part of that. Eric Ward says, James, he loves the Mike Mayock reference. LOL. He sucked as a GM. They blew those first-round picks from the Mac trade. 2020, 2021, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Leatherwood, Ruggs the third. I heard he's going to be out soon, by the way. B-Train, Berade, Pollard, Rancic. The Angels need to draft Kate Anderson if Holiday's available. Well, you got to switch that, though.
I drafted myself 14 times. Okay. Also,
Jared Grant from X says, got cussed out by a Diamondbacks fan because I said we're trading Newman for Naylor. That's a good one.
I love it right there.
There were a lot of Diamondbacks fans there. They've
was.
been out here since San Diego because they had games all this week. Veg says, hockey is a sport. Just on of the sports, I was never convicted of a felony over, so I have respect.
Okay.
What the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on out there?
Yeah.
Matt's messing up his comments too.
Vig says, I could hardly run a bath these days, but I'm still faster than Pujols. I remember those double plays he would ground into, and it was just because of the bottom of the foot, that puncture fiatus thing he had. He could not run at all. Jared says, Chris is honking his Halo. Oh, we don't need that.
Halo honk.
When is your birthday, by the way, Rally?
I think it's the 25th. I want to say. Let's see. Jared, let's go through these right here.
Jared says, since there weren't too many of let's give him some Deos.
Oh,
Or give me some him some Deos.
Yeah,
No.
I gave him some Deos earlier. I can't do it twice.
That's not.
Let's see, Alfonso, Papa Fox, are we back? It doesn't matter what you think. All that matters is what Gavin gets his nuts.
I gotta meet him.
Everyone loves his nuts, or he loves.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut? If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area. Spent not one, not two, not three, but 4 years covering UCLA sports, specifically with the Daily Bruin, writing articles, conducting interviews, all that good stuff. Crack into a good source of protein with how about a yummy tasting nut? I love the nut. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Had me fired up.
Oh boy,
a lot of nuts.
I got a meme just for the experience.
Oh wait, Mateo wants this one. I love it. And whenever anyone calls this one out, I have to play this one.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out.
Just calm down, okay? All right.
He's fat.
What is that from, by the way?
That's from an interview with Scott Steiner when they were in TNA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wrestling. I love Scott Steiner. He had the worst promos, but I mean by worst or the best. So
yeah, I referenced that Booker T one where he says the N word all the time.
Yeah,
I love that one. Manny Guerrero says Jack Kohanowitz being sent down deserves 100 Deos and 100 honks. Yeah, his confidence was really shot after his outing yesterday. And the thing is, do you bring him back in September?
He'd have to light it up in AAA.
Yeah. Tony sees Wayne Montgomery may make some bad decisions with the bullpen. He has getting players. He's had getting players. Some more walks. A lot has to change with Washington gone. They will be stronger than we think. I think team second H. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, and then how much would it cost to land Rochman, Holiday, or
the Angels don't have enough to do that, and
not even close.
Yeah, and O'Hearn would be a free agent, so that would be the only one legitimate. Alfonso Bonilla, draft Holiday. If not him, I say go after Hernandez, the Corona pitcher. Let's go for a superstar, not just an immediate need.
That's difficult right there.
Alfonso always mentions Travis Denard comes through with a big walk-off win, extend this guy 2 years, 10 to 12.
Travis Denard, yes.
I missed when Artie was giving out all those crazy contracts. Alfonso also mentions Devers leaving made the Red Sox better. The Angels are better without that superstar squid. You got to see that. Also, Rendon as well not being around.
Yeah, you don't need those dicks in the freaking clubhouse. If the Angels don't trade Mancada, would you think they would extend him?
No,
I don't think so.
He's a year-by-year contract now. That's the way his career is now.
Yeah,
because of the failures that he had with the White Sox. Trout says no. Todd Pajes should have been an Angel already, but Moreno said no in 2020 and don't trade me the Dodgers. Or don't trade him to the Dodgers, anyone else, but not those losers. Jeez.
And is that true? Jock Peterson is.
Yeah, he got released by the Texas Rangers. He had a horrid start this season. I do not want to see him with the Angels. He would just get in the way of what they used to be.
Yeah.
If there is a different way now. Alfonso says Neto will become the first 30 home run, 40 stolen base guy, and later in his career, he will be the first 40 home run guy and 30 stolen base guy on MLB the Show 28 or 9 or 10 or 30, excuse me.
Good after Dodgers.
Good after Dodgers. 20
love that.
mentions. Alfonso says,
no. Well, we won't read that because that's not going to happen.
I don't think so either. Patrick says, when do you think the best time would be to wear the clown makeup again and scare the shit out of kids? You scare adults too.
I do scare adults. I come like people will tell me, hey, this guy. They'll be like, hey, this guy doesn't like clowns, and then I come up and I go, give me a hug.
Like actual cholo dudes, other from that one.
Oh yeah,
just like they go away from you, dude.
I know. I see a big ass clown coming. I'm gonna be there the 30th with all those dudes. With all the Halo boys. Over there. Yeah. I'm gonna be up there with them. They're gonna be doing their whole robes and all that stuff, and I'll be clowning around with them. So,
dude, I don't even know what they're called, and I follow them on Instagram. I forgot.
They're pretty cool guys. We're gonna have them on the show here coming up right now.
Grillmaster says All-Star voting is his popularity and name brand. They expect the average audience to only know about headliners. When they look at Adele, they say, "Who? Never heard of her." I love Adele though.
Yeah, Joe Adele's awesome.
Yeah. EQ says, see you tomorrow, Todd, at the game. I love that thumbnail, by the way. That's from the
Kobe.
02 World Series when even he had the monkey around his neck.
Yep.
Eric Ward says, FYI, I saw part of Nutboy's show the other night. His dad did walk into the room and lose his shit. Dude, which episode is that? I want to see.
Yes,
that.
please.
Such a poser.
I rip audio from that show all the time. So yes, I want to take. Please tell me that's true, dude.
I need to see that.
I want to see if that's last night's show. It would be great.
I heard a rumor. Hopefully it's true. Demetria says, my girl keeps asking why I keep saying you're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Oh, that would be this one.
My lips, you're ruining it. Ruining.
What is that from?
I don't know. What's his name? Got it for me. And I was like, dude, I got it. I got to put that on there.
Oh boy. Alfonso says Gavin's favorite veggies and fruits: cucumber, carrots, corn, bananas, yucca squash, and plant-based sausage. Got me on that one.
JL Tanks is talking about the LSU player. He'd rather have him as a pitcher than Hernandez. He's not ready. Logan O'Hoppe, Ben Joyce, Zach Neto, Shonawell. Do we extend them 1-2?
No, you can't extend Joyce.
You haven't seen enough from Joyce. Zach Neto, obviously, I think he would be number one to extend. And also, I think if Adele finishes strong and starts good next year, you extend him in May. I would. Yeah. I would. I think he's good enough if he's going to stick around and be that guy.
You notice a lot of the teams out there, they're extending their players before they even get to arbitration or they get to their final year of contracts.
Yes.
They're doing it real early like the Padres have. And I think the Diamondbacks have, and Seattle with J-Rod.
Yep. Jummer Jennifer says, what a freaking game. I was there. We were there too. Obviously, we got the hats and whatnot. Angel's grandma would sue if we did the dong bobblehead for sure.
Robert Wagger mentions as well, shared the live, encourage more viewers to share. I don't know who that is, but B-Train says prayers at the Nats pass on holiday.
We'll see.
Yeah, because they're going to get Anderson, so he's going to be there. Grillmaster says, Kobe and I have the same birthday respect.
Okay.
I forget what that is. B-Train says, I take Holiday at third, Neto at short, Moore at second, and Shonywell at first. That's a good young core going for infield going for.
And I can't wait for Moore to get back, dude. I really can't.
Man, he was starting up the heart of this team when he was there.
Yeah, and
he had that walk-off where he didn't think it was a home run. He slid in the third no matter what.
Yeah, did the whole tongue thing.
You could tell he's a total gamer and just love having. He's as advertised. Remember, he was drafted. He was talking about winning right away during the interview at the draft.
Oh yeah. He's definitely a gamer. Drummer Jennifer says, I'll be there tomorrow. We'll definitely come by and say hi. You're by the bullpen, right? Yep. I'll be well, we're at the top of the bullpen, so not even like close to where they're sitting. We're like at the top of the railing as you're walking by on the ramp. Like literally when the stadium opens up, when you come from underneath the Raptors, we're like right there on the corner, right next to the freaking video camera. Yeah, by the Modelo sign.
That's
absolutely. Perfect. We're right there. Yeah, come by and say hi.
Alfonso says, I've watched about 5 Laker games since Kobe last in 2016.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, B-Train says, go back to the A's uniforms. Couldn't agree more. I love these uniforms.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And we'll be there Sunday as well, JL.
Mhm.
So come by and say hi.
Patrick says the 72 to 85 and 86 to the 86 jerseys are beautiful. That deep blue with the golden halo, absolute gorgeous. Rename the team Anaheim and go back to one of those uniforms.
I love the 93 through 96 ones, though.
Alfonso says tomorrow the Halo Bros will let us know if they watched the game and what time they turned off the TV.
Can't wait for that.
I haven't watched any of their programs.
They're so.
Patrick says Vladimir Guerrero's Hall of Fame plaque has an angel cap on it. I still think to this day that was really stupid that they didn't retire his number right away. And it goes back to what I said about usually if you're a Hall of Famer with that team, you have something right away. Alfonso says, talking about bobbleheads, I heard the Dodgers are having a MS-13 bobblehead night.
They'll never go to those jerseys, by the way. We talked about that tonight. The periwinkles.
Yeah.
That screams Disney,
conclusion.
And Artie doesn't want to relive Disney. I mean, he rarely honors the 2002 team, if at all.
Timmer 20 says the All-Star is all about popularity contests, and of course our players got snubbed because they don't play for the Dodgers, Yankees, or Mets, and etc.
Yep.
Patrick says, I wish this team could go get Darren Erstad and put Garrett Anderson as a hitting coach.
Yeah. Corey says you think they're scouting Gallon since they're in town.
The only thing is Gallon's going to get a lot more than what the Angels are going to be able to offer. And the Yankees, I think, will get maybe get Gallon, I think. Jake loves House Bula.
That's a dude. I love the names on here. We have some awesome.
That's a header. I mean, that's a thumbnail too. Torrey Hunter says Torrey Hunter would be a great hitting coach. I know he had the same hitting stance and approach all his career, but I don't know him as a coach though. I've never really seen him as a coach.
I know they would they would learn from him, but we'll see.
Jake always mentions Ryan McMahon as a possible trying candidate. The only thing is he plays first, and then they're trying to get him to play third in Colorado, and he's also going to be traded for a lot more again than what the Angels can do.
Yeah.
Makata has one of the best left-handed swings I've ever seen. Explosive torque. He never gets cheated. The guy looks like a killer.
And Trash Halos, that's the reason why he went out with an oblique that the team did not say was the injury he had. There's no way it was his thumb, dude. I mean, he has a violent swing, but it's a good one.
Manny Guerrero says, who will win in a fight, Todd Fox or the car Fox?
Put me up against an animated character. Sorry. Zach Gallen has looked like crap all this season.
Yeah, he's not as good. His ERA, I think, is over 6. I think that's more of the Diamondbacks not also giving him run support.
Yeah.
J Doggos mentions, hey, Travis Dar, yes. Hey. Oh.
The Archangel says, I waxed my Volkswagen Bug with Viagra and turned it into a limousine.
I see what you did there. J-Dog says, yummy.
Got me fired up.
Had me fired up. Alex says, what up, Todd? Are we back?
I think we're back for tonight.
Yeah, sure.
J-Dog, dude,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday we were.
That commercial with the always the Simpson Chevrolet commercial with Gooby.
Oh, that's my line.
Yeah, when he says it's so cheesy because he's like,
that's my line.
Hey, that's my line.
Imagine if he had an ego though, it would sound worse.
Dude.
Gavin says Gavin protests S. I don't know. Jared says this one dude was giving me high fives all around and flipped off a Diamondback. He was probably
She's Gavin getting a lot of love on this.
Mateo says Gavin probably eats sausages the long ways too. Oh boy, Gavin sits down to pee. That's a great Chappelle sketch. The real world, the mad real world.
Yeah.
And how Chappelle comes in. I think. Oh no. The white dude comes in and Charlie Murphy tells him, all this time I see you in this house, I want to see you sitting down with you pee. When you pee. You can't stand up when you pee. Eric Ward says, Todd, Nut Boy's dad made an appearance either Tuesday or Wednesday night. It's towards the end. Okay, thank you. I'm going to do some Weird research.
Oh, and real quick before we get into the last, because we're almost caught up here. I was just gonna say, as far as the Logan O'Hoppe thing on September 7th, we're doing a charity event along with Dan and a few other people. If you guys want to participate on the Halos in the infield specific, we're gonna have 2 teams. We need either 3 or 4 participants. Yes, the price is a little high, but you get a discount by mentioning HITI when you sign up for it. We'll have the link on our page here coming up soon. I might scroll it through here too. It's $135, but with a discount, I think it's like $115, $117. And what that gets you is 2 hours of bowling with us. There's players, past and present players that will be there. And they're all going to be talking and everything else like that with us and hanging out. And then you're going to have, what is it called? A autograph signing. I think it's either a baseball or a baseball card or even a picture with Logan O'Hoppe. You could take pictures with Logan O'Hoppe and whoever else is there as well. And also you get a free t-shirt from us and a free hat. So Halos in the infield. So if you like the bowl, we'd love to have you on our teams. We have 2 teams there. And so maybe me and James are going to be there.
September 7th, right?
September 7th, yeah.
Where is this at again?
It's going to be in Fountain Valley at the bowling alley.
Okay.
I have the information for you. But yeah, definitely we're going to be on the team. So we're going to be there. And if you guys want to come out and be a part of the charity event, it's really, really cool. So there you go.
Oh, my God. Gavin sleeps on the warm side of the pillow. I hate
Gavin's
that
water broke.
Oh, God.
Shout out to my Cali Eddie here. He says balls, and we did that shit.
I could hear him yelling that.
Oh yeah. Christian
said, "Hey, hope the Angels don't curse. Get me."
Okay.
Eddie says, "All right, maybe Erica West and Lover 6'9" can make." Yeah.
I don't know. Gallon is 7-9 with a 5.15 ERA.
I read something different, but okay.
Yeah.
Eric Ward says, "I think Erica is taking Ozempic or something. She lost too much weight. I think she's beautiful regardless." Yeah, she's not a torta. I know that.
You're seeing too much of her cheekbones. Her cheekbones are popping out.
You know, she puts a lot of red blush on her cheeks.
A ton.
Yeah. She doesn't need that.
Exactly.
Why am I talking about that? Eric Ward says, big enough to do, small enough to care.
And speaking of which, there's Google sauce.
Hey,
did we win? Oh my God.
At Simpsons Chevrolet, we're big enough to do and small enough to care.
And then what does he say?
Hey, that's my line. I love that.
Oh my God.
You know what I love hearing? Jared says she's not letting you hit. What?
He's talking to Eddie.
Oh, yeah. J-Dog says, and it feels like the only thing you can do is hide from the world.
Oh, that's what we're swinging away. It's not time to quit. It's time to swing away.
Okay.
Those crazy. See,
I'm down in San Diego county, so I don't get these commercials on MLB.TV, so I never see these.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're getting into this. So it's almost quitting time here on the show, as we're actually into Saturday. So start off your weekend with us.
Yeah. Saturday morning. Ryan McMahon, by the way, is from the OC. Yorba Linda. I don't think that matters.
Yorba Linda.
Tomorrow, or I'm sorry, today, hopefully we'll either come out with a Around the League show or have that come out whenever on Sunday.
We might go live with that tomorrow.
I was thinking about that
depending on how tomorrow goes or Sunday, we can go live with that.
Yeah. We'll talk about, the All-Star selections, who got snubbed, whatever the case is. We'll talk about, possible trades coming up, whatever big stories are out there. We'll be doing that. Oh my God.
J-Dog is going with all the commercial quotes. I love it.
I've never seen that one. Oh my God.
So tomorrow's pitching matchup, James. And once again, thank you for joining tonight. He was there with us at the game. He'll be there tomorrow with us at the game, and he'll be there with us on Sunday. So if you guys want to come by and say hi, we'll be in 260.
Yeah, Zach Gallen for tomorrow, again with the 7-9 record, a 5.15 ERA, his whip at 1.35. He's pitched 110 innings. He's given up 105 hits, but he struck out 107. He has walked for 43, but the big number there is 20 home runs. runs. And
Yeah.
as the weather has gone up more, the temperature, I mean, the ball has gone out more. So hopefully they'll be aggressive. The Angels in the at bats.
I'm just hoping they don't revert to strikeouts. I don't want to see them.
That's
get
the
10 or 11.
problem.
Yeah,
That's the problem. Kikuchi, 3-6 with a 3.02 ERA. His WHIP at 1.38. 107 1/3 innings pitched. 100 hits given up, 110 strikeouts, 48 walks. That has to come down. That's been a big problem. He's only given up 12 home runs. I did not know Erica Western had a commercial with Irvine Auto Center.
Yeah, she's got one now too.
Where the 5 meets the 405 at Lake Forest Drive. I've had that memorized.
See how that works though? When you put together a little jingle or some sort of like catchy phrase with music behind it, because right now I'm listening to like when Grillmaster says, "Hi, I'm Hannah from Arco." I'm here. It's like you get that in your head because you watch it so much, man. So whatever. But going back to what you're saying, tomorrow's game is either going to be like a lot of walks and a lot of runs scored by both teams, or it's going to be a shutdown game where you're
free
like,
swingers.
God damn it, yeah. Where there's going to be a lot of freaking
8 strikeouts each.
Yeah.
And both have the ability to do that. But the thing is the walks. We got to see how patient both teams are. I'm going to be really looking forward to this matchup. Might be the last one for Zach Gallen in a Diamondback uniform, as he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Possibly.
Where the 5 meets the 405
at Lake Forest Drive.
I love that. I'll call Jacob and I remember that one too. Yikes.
Well, that's where the whole Spritz o'clock came from that we play on here. Really? Because on the radio you'd always hear it's Spritz o'clock, and then the chick would talk
this
about
that and that. And
yeah,
this. You know which one I love?
Spritz.
The Pachanga one.
Oh,
when they do the countdown.
I hate that one.
I know you do. I know you do.
God, I hate that one.
But I don't think I've ever been to Pachanga, and it's literally right there in Temecula, and I'm in Oceanside, and I got a girl out there, so I got to go see her and the casino both. So I got to go.
Jacob and Ronnie, can you guys stop with the commercial?
I love
swear to God, dude, you're bringing us down memory lane.
I can do so much more.
Nailer for Newman, I like that one.
There's no way they would go for that. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa Loading. Oh yeah, good times.
Good times.
Okay, I still remember when Magic Johnson did a casino commercial. I forget for whom, but the way he would enunciate words when he would yell kind of Indian bingo and casino. I always remember that all the time from that Magic Johnson commercial back in the day. And he's like at a hockey game or something, and he's yelling that out. Indian bingo and casino.
Eastman, yes. Dude, you remember what was it, a couple years ago when I had the Snoop Dogg commercials?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's just like, it's
T-Pain.
Yeah, T-Pain. I should get the Jack in the Box back, and then I think we should do the what was the other one they did all the time that I had on there too? It was Jack in the Box and the Honda one. I need to do the Honda one.
I love the In and Out one. I love that one. That makes me want to go get it. Call Sweet James.
By the way, I actually tried last thing on here. I tried to get Sweet James as a sponsor because I wrote to their what is it called? A couple years ago, I wrote to their
advertising.
Yeah, advertising department. And I was like, hey man, I seen you guys got a lot of advertisements on other podcasts and stuff, and I just threw us out there and never got a response. So I was like, well, for you, Sweet James.
By the way, Mateo says the McDonald's snack wrap is back. I gotta go try that one day. Jared Grant says Rendon nursing his knee with a vengeance. He's just out there golfing at the what do you call that? The Top Golf or whatever. Timir says, you always get more at Simpson. I hear that every half inning on my Sirius XM when I'm at work, when I'm listening to the game, man. We got to, I love that one by Eric Ward. That goofy old fucker who dances around is good. He got Aura Hershiser to be there too.
That is so cringe, dude. So cringe. And this one, Mateo, has been on for years. I hate that one. And especially
1877 cars for kids.
Do you know K-Rock and a few other stations exposed them back in the day?
No.
That is not even I can't even say it on here what that really goes to, the money goes to.
I thought it's like
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you off air. It does not go to kids that are in need. That's what sucks. It goes to kids, but it doesn't go to kids that need. And it really sucks because privileged kids are getting your donations.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that is a fucked up charity.
I have the same thought of what's going on with that children's hospital. You know, the little dude with the wheelchair.
The Shriners?
I think it is.
I can't say nothing on that. I don't know, man.
I have this weird feeling like it's that main one too, where they raise money for the kids in the hospital. I forget, but it has that little dude who's always in the wheel. Well, of course he's always in the wheel. My bad.
Hey, you haven't grown. Just kidding.
Hey,
Sorry.
stand up for yourself.
Oh man, it's midnight. Sorry.
But yeah, I have a weird. It's not rabies. It's something else, but it's a religious thing. And I don't know if I trust it or not. Jared says that's why I never give to the homeless. If it's not for crack, you can't have it. That's what. Yeah, my dad stopped doing that too because he knows it's not for that.
Really cute. Really, because he said cute. Fine, I'll cue it up real quick. Only because it's Eric Ward. I love the guy. Everything, but getting back to it real quick. That's why a couple years ago, I go, hey, my girl at the time I was dating this one girl, and she goes, oh, I want to feed that guy right there. He looks so hungry. I'm like, okay, well then offer him something. We're going into Carl's Jr., right? And she goes, what would you like to eat? And it's like, and this guy looks at her like with a look on his face because he's got the whole, the brown, what is it, cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, what do you want to eat? And he's like, oh, you're gonna buy. He goes, just give me the money. And I'm like, what? Say what? And then she's like, no, I'm gonna buy you something to eat. I don't want something. I want money. I'm like, you want to smoke and drink. That's what you want to do. Get your ass a job. And we go to walk in. He goes, what'd you say? I said, you heard me. Get your ass a job then. I go, if you don't, that's why nobody gives things to you people, man. Because like you don't know who needs it and who doesn't, which sucks. Because I'm like the type that would want to give to somebody that's cool, that needs it. I don't want to just give it to someone so they could buy another freaking tall can and some smokes,
I usually just tune them out or don't even look at them or whatever.
Yeah, it was the same thing. J-Dog brings up the other thing when I had that extra food and I go to give it to a guy who was in a dumpster dive. He's like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with people, man?
It's a problem everywhere.
I have a lot of examples of that kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, you're out and about.
Let's see. Also, we're getting into all these commercials.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
but Tone the plumber. I haven't seen him or.
He says, you think Mankata coming back helps? Absolutely, dude. He stabilizes that third base side, and it gives you an option with Renifo and with Moore out. So when Moore comes out, who's the odd man out? Because obviously you have Newman backing up, you have Renifo. One of those guys is going to be getting some serious bench time.
When Makata came here, I felt like, oh man, hopefully he can kind of have a career year, possibly if he gets playing time. And first day Rendon is out with the surgery, and it's been cool to see Makata, kind of take advantage of that. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, he's a good hitter, man.
Jared says, dude, I was walking with my uncle and a homeless guy asked for an Amazon card. Oh, they also try to do what is it? Cash App. They'll try to scam you to say, hey, put money on this on my phone or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I'll send it and I'll send it back or whatever. Somebody tried it at a Dollar Tree one time or whatever. Matt said, oh yeah, Grill Master mentions the double Western bacon cheeseburger. I'm like, Junior, that one is good.
I love Gooby, even though he's such a shill. I do too. Let's take a ride with Kia. Yeah. So as we wrap it up here tonight, Janice says, don't let the homeless fool you, Todd.
They get help.
A lot of them get, dude, they get phones, they get EBT. But it's one of those things where I'll just say this, I love my mom. I miss her every day, but she she always had a soft spot for a crying child or for any kind of
Mm-hmm.
homeless person. So she was always like trying to get us to, contribute or help out. So I didn't mind that. It's just like I didn't like being taken advantage, and there's like a lot of people that'll do that nowadays. So
Now there's too many that you can't really trust anybody. And you
yeah,
don't even see kids out there.
yeah.
It is adults, it is old folks or whatever. It's not kids. So things have really changed in that way.
Manny keeps asking, or is this most people here? Or, yeah, it's
Now
Manny.
he keeps asking.
Well, the
Like
car
you said,
fox,
yeah.
the cartoon will kick my ass. That's for damn sure. Okay, just read it.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't know. I haven't had a Tootsie Pop in years.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Stop demanding to read shit. Girl.
Yes,
Or,
yes, girl.
him
You got to come
to
up with
agree.
better stuff so we can read it. All right, so we did catch up with everybody tonight, so we appreciate that. Oh, God. Let's talk about trucks. Hey. And this for Halo Joe. Moist. Yes. Halo Joe will be back soon. You got to give that dude some time to breathe as we have. So whenever he's ready to come back, he's going to be welcomed back with open arms, and we will get a lot more phone calls with him on the show.
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
So with that being said,
this commercial talk made me comment that my bad. Oh,
no,
it's
you're
all
good,
right.
Manny. You're good, Manny.
It's good to have you on here.
Absolutely. So again, the game was over hours ago, but it was fun. Angels winning a walk-off. We've already previewed tomorrow's game. It should be a good pitching matchup. We'll talk about Sunday's game tomorrow. If you're at the game, come out and say hi to us at 260. If you're interested in the Ohapi thing, I'll have the link up there. And again, think about it. It's for a good cause. The money's actually going to a good cause, cancer research. Because obviously Logan Ohapi lost one of his best friends to cancer. So, that's going to be something. If you guys are interested, you like to bowl, and even if you don't like to bowl or just want to come out and hang out, it is free to the public. It only costs to play. So if you want to play and you're serious, come and be on our team. If you don't, come down and hang out with us. And because there was a lot of people that hung out with us last year that were just by the bowling balls outside of the lanes, and we were talking with them, had a great time. So hopefully everybody, if you can't play, come down and say hi, hang out. They have some pretty good food at that bowling alley, which you wouldn't think. I didn't think so, but they have some good food there. So it was a good time, right?
I didn't even think about that. Sometimes bowling alley food is really, really good and you don't expect it. But yeah, last year's event was really great for a great cause. And think about this too. If you're trying to get your social media up, if you're trying to say, hey, I got a post with Logan, or I got a picture with Logan Ohapi, or he spoke to me or something like that, you can really, really put that in the face of someone who says, oh, you haven't met nobody yet, or you haven't done anything good. Social media wise, that could be
that could be something that gets you a little viral, because again, I didn't even think about that. There's a lot of good players that'll be there, and they'll hang out with obviously with the people that play. They're going to be down there more, but Gooby and all the other people and former players were walking around just talking to random fans. So you can definitely get a few minutes with each one of these people, and they're cool as hell. So I'm just saying, September 7th could be, like you said, I didn't even think about that. Could be a good social media, for yourself, taking pictures and whatnot.
Yeah. Eric says, glad to have you back, James. Yeah, it feels good. I was in the dark, I think, for a couple of weeks, to put it like that. But it feels good being home. Well, in quotation marks, but that walk-off was good last night as we go into Saturday. That truly was a relief, and I think they're gonna have another walk-off tomorrow. It's gonna come down to the bullpen again for both teams. I think the Angels walk it off, but in 10 this time.
Absolutely. Manny says, fun episode. Thanks for the channel. I appreciate you, Manny, and everybody else. Rally Chris is talking about Alex Curry, and Eric is following up with that. And let's just say, now, I don't follow her because I can't stand her that she's gone Dodger and she's gone over to Fox and whatnot with Ben Verlander and all that. But I will say this. I don't know what kind of child she's having. I don't know if they've announced it, whether it's male or female. But let's just say that baby will not have to starve on milk. Yeah, see, Eric was saying it as I was saying it. He says those, you know what's, could feed a village.
Wow. She was the one with.
You'd have to get up very early to milk that cow. That's all I'm saying.
She was the one with the big teeth, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, she had those pearly whites, man. I mean, those things, man. I swear, she smiles accidentally.
Yeah.
She could smile at a funeral, and you'd be like, "Hey, man, don't do that here." You know? I'm sorry. We always took a shot.
I forget all about her and the fact that she's with Verlander. Ben was trying to defend his brother and how bad his numbers are.
Yeah,
he was being like a fanboy for his brother recently. I saw that on X, and everybody was getting after him. He's really he's really bad on X.
Yeah, he is. I just don't like Fox in general. I'm not a fan of them. It's weird. Last thing I'll say, it's weird how I used to be all into ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
I used to trust what they said. I used to love their takes. It just seems like once they started getting into all this, like, bringing politics in it, bringing, talking about stuff that, trying to tell you to do stuff that, like, it's like outside of sports. It's like, bro, that threw me for a loop. It's like, I don't want that. Like, I want to watch sports to get away from everyday life. And then they started to not talk about the sports that I like. And then they started to shit on baseball. And this is before baseball finally, and it took them forever to finally pull the plug.
Yeah.
Because baseball should have been out on ESPN like 5 years ago. They've abused that contract with them.
They stopped having like multiple games during the week. And now they did that this last week. And it was weird to see that.
Yeah, they're trying to go out with a bang. But but I hope, MLB gets the right kind of contract and moves on, because they don't need ESPN. But it's just, my point being is ESPN, Fox Sports, like, I rather just do shows like this, and if I want to see, content about a certain team, I'm more going to podcasts now, and I'm going to YouTube. I don't look for stuff about certain teams or my own football team with the guys that they provide. Like say, for instance, like my Seahawks, I have a couple YouTubers that I watch, and that's it. I don't watch, and I'll listen kind of on iHeart for their local station, and that's it, dude. Yeah. Everything else, I don't trust ESPN, like NFL Network. Sometimes they're okay. They mostly, they're the ones that stick to it. MLB Network's okay, but dude, ESPN, Fox, all the ones I grew up with, fuck them all, dude. Like, I rather do people that actually are real fans, that actually go to the games, like us, unlike that other shitty podcast, like I keep saying, and just because that's the ones you want to get the takes from, because they're the ones that know the teams better. They're not pushing an agenda. It's just good.
Yeah, I think it was around the Kaepernick stuff, 17, 18. I started to not watch that. Then got worse in 2020. And now I don't watch any of it. I used to watch PTI all the damn time.
Yeah, PTI was a great show.
And it still can be. Like, I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not really home at 2:30 in the afternoon, like regular people are working.
Yeah.
So I'm never really watching that. I'm scared because I don't know. I know they have the McAfee show there, and it can go off the rails, but they have a hands-off approach at ESPN. I'm hoping Inside the NBA still has that there, going from TNT to ESPN.
They might have sold their soul as well.
That's what I'm worried about. And that's my favorite show of all time.
Well, you know what's crazy? It's like the NBA ratings, like literally, I watched it. They'll rank between 1.5 and 2.1, right, for the actual games, and that's if they have a huge matchup. For the most part, it's like around 1, and then it's hilarious though. But when the show comes on TNT around the NBA or whatever it's called, they get like a 3, 3.5, almost a 4. So people go to watch their reactions, and that's how good they are. And yeah, I'm wondering, since I've done the same thing, I'll watch Inside the NBA and not even watch a game, because I didn't watch a game all year, really, all the way through. It's just like, I like Shaq, I like the Charles, and they're pretty awesome. So
I just hope it doesn't change, but I could be wrong. I just love how here you can be opinionated as much as you want to without going crazy, and that's how Chuck is and Shaq is.
True.
What was I gonna say? See, yeah, Foul Territory. What J Dog mentioned. I'm starting to watch that way more than anything else. And then
I haven't checked that out yet, so I have to give that a chance.
Brody Brazil on YouTube.
Oh, Brody Brazil's good.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of his stuff because he breaks it down really good.
And then David Sampson, the guy who used to be with the Expos and Marlins.
Yeah,
I think he's a GM or president. He's a little like out there, but he's really smart with it because I think he has a lawyer background, I want to say. So his stuff is really good as well.
Wait, Foul Territory is the ones with
AJ Przinsky.
Oh yeah, I have seen some of their shows. Yes,
they're really good because AJ's really good as well.
Yeah, and then the pitcher, the lefty, right? What's his name? They have a slew of guys on there that are pretty good.
I know who you're talking about.
The A's guy, right?
May. I forget his name, but May is on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really watch when they bring Alana Rizzo in there.
Or Eric Kratz.
Eric Kratz is the catcher. Trevor May is the pitcher.
Damn, TikTok is fast.
Thank you, TikTok.
It's so yeah.
I think we should get out before it gets.
Yeah, I think so. People are still talking. I'm sorry to keep everybody up. We're just having a good show tonight, so we appreciate that. Woke ESPN right there, absolutely. No. Let's see, but I'm an old fucker. I digress. Eric Kratz and Todd Frazier. Todd Frazier
gets on there sometimes. Cameron Maben as well.
Cameron Maben is really good.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Udonis Haslem when he's done some NBA stuff and other stuff. But I love the McAfee show and Inside the NBA. Those are my two favorite. And then Foul Territory, Brody Brazil, Sampson. It's great because you get away from all the ESPN shows and you have something there that they can say whatever they want pretty much. They're not programmed to be a debate show.
And they don't have corporate sponsors. They're not yelling at you because to me it's like when you yell your take, you're just drowning out the other person on what is it called? On purpose to make yourself sound smart. Just because you're yelling doesn't make you smart. Real quick, Billy says, am I crazy that we could squeeze out a playoff? Not crazy, but just it's unlikely,
Yeah, 10%.
What were we gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, with oh god, I forgot, honestly. Oh
my god, Grill Master. I'm not even gonna read that one.
Oh
yeah,
god,
not a good follow-up.
What the hell?
But you know how he plays along with it. No, but it's like Stephen A started that whole thing.
Oh, yeah. About the debate shows, I hate those. And then the way it kept going on other networks, and one network just has a bunch of debate shows. Yeah. FS1 just has a bunch of debate shows, and it's awful.
Well, yeah, because like Stephen A will start like this. He'll be like, well, the Angels, they don't have the kind of players you would think that they would be, and they're kind of irrelevant. And that's why no one goes to their games, so they're going to be relevant because they're not going to win anything. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I saw that once, and I didn't want to read it again or watch it again. Now
Mateo's getting into it. If water comes from molecules, does morality come from morons?
They're on that Bay Area loud pack, I guess.
That is,
Mateo.
Yeah, that is. He must have had a what was it called? An edible tonight. I'm just kidding. Sam Blum is on the show.
I forgot he comes on there. I think the Halo Bros or one of them was on there. The dude with the glasses.
He was on their show, Foul Territory.
Yeah.
How?
I think it was a couple years ago, by the way.
How?
Yeah. And he was basically saying the same stuff that he would on his program about the team. Because I think it was the time that Artie was maybe going to sell. And I just hated that because he was on that show and I was watching that show. I was like, no, you don't belong on there. But Foul Territory, and I do like it. And then Ozzie Guillen on that new Chicago network that covers the White Sox Bulls. He's really good on there as well.
I can't believe that, though. No, you know how many times you've asked me to read a comment on there, Grillmaster? He. This is the first time he actually did it. Oh my god! See, yeah, I should have. We should have kicked out when he did.
It's like I'm watching the McAfee show and people are going back and forth, and it's fun, but then it gets crazy.
Yeah, and then it gets out of hand. But let's just do this, man. We'll call it a night. We've been on for almost exactly 2 hours. So
That's what happens when I'm here.
No, that's what happens when we're excited and we won't have a game like this, dude. This shows never end on time. So it's 12:38. We'll be back here in about what? How many hours? Tomorrow's the 19th.
What time is the game? Is it
tomorrow's 6:38.
Okay, yeah. So
10:30 tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so 20. We'll see in 21 hours possibly.
If the game's not a blowout,
fireworks.
We got the fireworks, and then we'll be here about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'll be on. So be prepared to be the show going into Sunday. So there you go. But appreciate every last one of you guys and gals out there for watching the shows, keeping us support. Hit a like, and if you haven't subscribed already on YouTube, please do so. Even if you're on X, even if you're on TikTok, we really appreciate that too. It goes a long way. We're trying to pump YouTube the most right now. So, James, any final words as you yawn?
I don't know why, but I'll save it for tomorrow. But yeah, it just felt good to be back here in the studio, and I didn't think I was going to be back here. I was seriously thinking about it. I quit just about everything other from my job and this. So this is all I basically have, and I'm going to be here. And again, just thank you for having me here.
Anytime, man. You know you're always welcome, and you'll be able to say hi to James tomorrow and Sunday. But anytime, man. And I'm glad you chose to stay with Heedy Network. So let's play it out with a Deo and our famous Stukas. Good night, everybody.
Deo!